So the goal of AstroStax is going to be to create an astrophotography stacking program, one that does both deep sky stacking and planetary stacking, which is a totally different process. In addition to the stacking, I hope to include all the normal image filters that one would use to improve the final image, like brightness, contrast, RGB filters, saturation, noise reduction, sharpening, and whatever else I can think of. And for the planetary side of it, I hope to include a robust set of wavelet filters. Wavelet filters bring out all the fine detail in planetary images. The detail is there in the signal, but you need to use wavelet filters to bring out that detail. Otherwise, it looks kind of blurry. Now, I've messed around with wavelet filters before. I wrote like a set of them that worked pretty good. So the idea is you use the stacking side of the program to either stack a planetary image or a deep sky image, and then use the included image filters, normal image filters, to further enhance the image. You don't have to use those filters, but you know, they'll be included just to make it sort of a one-stop, do-all sort of program. You know, can I do all this? Yes, I think I can, because in the past I wrote a stacking program, a deep sky stacking program. I wrote a planetary stacking program too, but the deep sky program that I wrote worked great for my use at the time, but I was using a 200 millimeter Canon lens attached to the Canon camera, and the camera was just riding piggyback on top of the telescope. But it worked great. But I never took deep sky images back then through the telescope. But if it worked for a 200 millimeter focal length, 200 millimeter focal length is basically like a short refractor. And if it works for that, I'd have to go in and rewrite a lot of that code to get it to work for the longer focal lengths. I might have it where, you know, you drag and drop your images and it auto detects your focal length. That sounds like a big headache to write all that, but maybe I could do it. But the simplest thing would be to just have a setting at the very beginning of the stack where you set your own focal length. And it should work, because like I said, if it worked good for it didn't work good, it worked perfectly for 200 millimeters, it should work for 2000 millimeters. So yeah, I think I can do all this, and that's the goal of this program and this channel, is to sort of what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It's to sort of detail my progress with the program. What else? And I forgot to mention that the number one goal is accuracy, of course, because there's no sense in even doing this if it's not accurate. If you have images, let's say deep sky images that have pinpoint stars, then the final stack has to have pinpoint stars. That's the number one goal. All the like image improvement things you do at the end don't even matter if it doesn't stack accurately. So that's the number one goal. But the number two goal is going to be simplicity, because I've used a lot of other programs like Deep Sky Stacker, and I forget what some of the others were. And they had so many like weird cryptic settings, like hidden in different places, that, you know, even if you found them, you didn't necessarily know what they did. And it's not a question of just reading, you know, the help file, because I think a lot of people don't know what a lot of those settings do. And to this day, there are settings in these programs that I haven't even touched because I'm afraid of messing something up permanently. So I hope to have my program just so simple. You just drag and drop the images onto the program and it works straight off. There will be settings that you can alter if you want to, but those settings will be really straightforward, not necessary, just, maybe in certain situations they might improve the stacking or the final image. But right off the bat, right out of the get-go, it should work fine without touching anything. Just drag and drop your images in there, and it should work, hopefully, as good as all these other programs out there, or better. So anyway, I think I can do all this, and I'm looking forward to it. So wish me luck.